Now, the argument that Scottish nationalists have on the increase of the welfare state, and many of them might even come across and say that, well, the welfare state creates wealth. It doesn't. The fact of the matter is, a welfare state cannot produce wealth, because it's not a wealth creator. You cannot multiply wealth through division. Wealth is not created by simply taking from other people and redistribution, dividing what is already there. If you were to cut off basically where money comes from, where wealth is created, if you were to cut off trade completely so that no money is coming in and out of the country, and all you had was that one fixed quantity of money, and all you did was you simply redistributed that, you didn't create wealth. All you did was divided it, and therefore a welfare state does not produce wealth. And so the argument they have for this increased size of the welfare state, one would only need to look at recorded history. Look at Sweden. Sweden between 1870 to 1960, they never had the big extensive welfare state. And they became the 4th richest nation per capita GDP in the world, with that of extremely low levels of government regulation. They had high levels of equality. Now, one of the main arguments in favour of the welfare state was to produce so-called equality, but proven by the Gini coefficient, Sweden already had high levels of equality. So what was the point in the welfare state? When you go into the 1960s and 1970s, when Sweden laid on the higher tax rates, the strong government regulation, and of course the big welfare state, their economy stagnated. They dropped from 4th richest nation per capita GDP in the world down to the 14th richest. If their logic held any, credible argument for their case, then surely the bigger welfare state would have created more wealth. The welfare state fed off of what was already there. All it did was redistribute. It didn't create wealth, it didn't make society richer, it actually made society poorer collectively. It didn't help, and the other argument against the welfare state is that it created dependency upon the state. It destroyed people's incentives to work and work hard, and therefore people were, living off of the welfare state. And when people find out that those living on the welfare state are getting just as much as they work hard for, their incentives become destroyed. We've even seen a concession where people are now trying to find an alternative called the universal basic income, but it's really just the same argument. It destroys the incentives, and that's the problem with the welfare state.